Okay, so this is where it gets crazy. I had a major breakthrough with the system. As you see, it's off. And I configured my relay coil that backfeeds into the transmitter. It reduces its power draw to the point where it consumes 0 watts, or such a low amount of power, the meter can't read it. And we have these 2 metal plates that reflect the energy that also help focus it. And this is where it gets crazy. So we're going to consume less than 1 watt, and this will light at this light here will light between 2 receiver coils. And I had a dream about this. I can lift this carefully. There we go. Watch this. This light will light very brightly with less than 1 watt at over 2 foot distance from the transmitter. Now watch. On. Consuming no power because we're in hyper resonant state. Watch this. And if that wasn't weird enough, watch when I take this large metal object and bring it near the coil. Look how bright that is. I'm going to shut my room lights off and let you see that. That is like holy shit. Look at that. That's giving off heat. These guys are acting as their own generator source now. And look at this. When I bring the little receiver light near it, how crazy is that? All the light in my room is coming from this thing. How wild is that? Look at this. It gets brighter when I touch that. Not sure if you can see that. It gets even brighter. Certain materials are releasing more energy when near the coils. Our power consumption is still at 0 watts. 13 volts on the source. Haven't drained it yet. Because this receiver coil is backfeeding its power into the transmitter, lowering the power it draws. Look at that. Now we will see if I move this plate, which is cut at a harmonic of the frequency we give off, we will now start to consume power. As you see, we are now consuming power, placing a load on the system. We are dropping below 13 volts, which is the power source that runs the transmitter. Power source, big bank of supercaps powers up a DC board, 0 to 120 volts DC, and we can have fine control over the current and voltage going into the transmitter. And this tuning plate I will adjust again. And now we are, if I get it just right, it won't consume any power. There we go. Tuning plate is perfect, consuming no power. We went back up to 13 volts because there's no load placed upon our supercaps. Yet we still have the manifestation of wireless power. I will shut the system on and off. Off. On. Off. On. I'm going to try and get this all in frame. Off. On. Off. On. Off. On. Off. On. This is crazy. Not consuming any freaking power. And look at this. Look at that. We're literally sucking power from space or from another dimension. Kind of curious if it can get even brighter if I bring another piece of metal near it. Seems to be maxed out. The real way to tune this would be to ground the piece of metal So, if I ground this piece of metal, it might get brighter. Yes, it did. Just by a little bit. That's just phenomenal. Again, we'll see how far we can move it. Okay, I moved it even further. Still no degradation in brightness. Nope. Crazy. Absolutely phenomenal. Holy shit. Next, I want to know is if we can light a fluorescent tube from this thing, which would be wild. Fluorescent tube. Here's the radiant energy field, just to shock you. Again, our power consumption, 0 watts. I bring the tube near it. We'll start to consume power because I detune the system with the tube. It's the coils that, at distance, that don't detune the system. Whoa. This is crazy. We're manifesting power. Possibly out of another dimension. That's phenomenal. See if I can drop the tube. Okay, we dropped the tube. Holy shit. I've never had a breakthrough this big before. Like, holy shit. Move some more junk out of the way so you can see it easier. There'll be no one claiming anything. This is insane. Put my light on and let you see everything. Again, this is the inside of the coil. Completely hollow coil. That is bizarre. It's like we're manifesting energy. Get it nice and bright. There we are. What the fuck, dude? It's wild. Yeah, we're re-emitting energy. Even on this random receiver coil. I bet this will light too. Yeah, it does. Look at that. Unbelievable. And I'm doing this with less than 1 watt of power. Unbelievable. This is like Nobel Prize worthy shit. Again, we'll do a quick tour of the room. See, there's nothing under the desk. This is the extension cord for my hot glue gun. Not in use. In fact, I'll even disconnect that and move that. So, there we go. I'm gonna clean some more stuff up. so no one can claim anything. I mean, look how clean this setup is. Boom, coil, fluorescent tube. Crazy, man. I had a dream about this. The energy is sloshing back and forth between the two receivers lighting the load, and we're extracting power from the metal object. It's giving off excess charge carriers. Look at this. See how sensitive it is to tuning? I'm trying to get this all in frame, but I'm at such a good distance. As you see, when I bring the tube near it, we mess with the tuning, and now we start to consume power. Yeah. Starting to consume power now. 6 watts because the tube is lit. But if I remove the tube, we now no longer consume power. And we go back up to 13 volts because there's no strain on our DC source here. It's fucking amazing. And again, try and get this in view. Off, on, off, on, off, on. Zero watts input, less than 1 watt. There's a look under the desk. Absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna say this is breaking the laws of physics, or we're conjuring power out of a different dimension somehow. It's fucking nuts. And you see how sensitive this thing is to tuning. Now, can you imagine what would happen if I had this thing running at 200 or 300 volts DC with virtually no current? It's just wild, man. Ooh. Again, look at this. Now we start consuming power because the bulb is nearby. I remove it, and we don't consume power. Nuts. True free energy. It's obviously more than 1 watt there. We are manifesting it from a different dimension, or from the earth, or from the excess charge the metal's releasing. This is nuts. Okay, that's lit. That's lit. That shouldn't be possible. And look at this. This is mind-bending. Never seen this before. Damn. Now we are consuming power. Now we are not. Holy shit. I'll shut the system off and give you another look at everything. Off. My plates. Insulated aluminum plate. Receiver coil. Back feeds into the transmitter. Lowers its power draw. These plates are cut at a harmonic surface area of the frequency so it can receive the maximum power from the transmitter. And that energy is backfed into the system combined with the receiver coil here. And we draw less than 1 watt of power, maybe not even any power. And we still somehow have the most insane wireless field I've ever seen. Here's a good look at the receivers. This one's unused. Another one, unused. Not connected to anything. This was the one that was lighting the light. Give you a good look in here. Can't claim there's anything in here. No hidden batteries. Real wireless power. So take a look in this one now. Block of metal. Heavy block of machining aluminum from a hydraulic press. And I wouldn't be surprised if these guys even were able to manifest power on their own with proper tuning to light an even more sensitive light load, but I gotta test that. So again, I'll turn the system on. Oh, I'll show you under the disc. Absolutely nothing. So, can't claim that. Again, I'll turn the system on. You see it says off. Give you a good backup look. On, off, on, off, on. It's like the greater the distance I move it, the better it becomes. So we're manifesting power. Shutting my light off. That's bright. That is very bright. So we're doing that. We're doing this. How can we do that? How can we even freaking do that at less than 1 watt? We're manifesting power from either the earth or a different dimension. Shouldn't even be possible. I'm speechless now. Dude, what the fuck? I'm at a loss for words. Shouldn't be possible. Again, our power consumption. System off, on, off, on. It's getting to be like hyper efficient to the point where manifesting excess power in receiver coils. That's nuts. Here's the other thing too that'll blow you away. If I touch this light to almost anything metal in my room, it'll light. At less than 1 watt. Look at that. Even on my lamp. How's that for blowing your mind? Does that blow your mind yet? My mind's blown. It's the most efficient I've ever had this thing. Again, I'll shut it off. Off. It's completely out over there. Nothing. It's dead now. You stop stimulating the field, the ambient field. So, turn it on again. On. Absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, that's all I want to show in this video. That shouldn't be possible. I'm doing an experiment here. I put all these little receiver lights touching the piece of metal. That's cool. Here, check this out now. That hurts to look at. Look at that. I can back up a bit. Those things are lit dimly down there too. Holy shit. And you're doing that wirelessly while consuming less than 1 watt of power, not drawing your input down? Should be impossible. Well, that's that. And if you want to buy one of these kits, feel free to. So feel free to like, comment, subscribe. This is getting crazy, man. Absolutely freaking crazy.